International Airport. Do you find yourself comparing Mactan-Cebu International Airport with that particular airport?
Of course, you always compare. You can't help but compare. And I look at a lot of things, no?
Mm.
But two of the things I look at first or most quickly is the time a person spends in the line for immigration, whether arriving or departing. So in the immigration lines, I check on two things. How long do you stand in line? Number one. And number two, how long are you actually in front of an immigration officer? And aside from that, of course, I always check the temperature. Uh, Many other things, but those two are really first, you know.
And I think that's already related, no, to what I'm also about to ask you. What are the kind of areas, man, that or best practices that you wish to steal, no, or copy every time you are in a very good and efficient airport?
Well, what makes me very envious in airports such as Hong Kong, Dubai, and others is the contactless immigration procedure. So having the best equipment that will either scan your passport or just do face recognition and you can walk in and out right away. That is what I'm most envious of, and I would like to say that we're almost there. We are going to be installing this equipment sometime in September, meaning next month. And hopefully, it will be fully operational in 2 months after that. So, that is the schedule. We are hoping that by December, we will have that feature.
And running a highly successful airport can also be it's not an easy journey, no? So what keeps you grounded as a leader and as a person?
In my many years of experience in the private sector, one of the most important lessons I've learned is that to run a successful company, you have to have people who are motivated. So, motivating people keeps me grounded. It's not about who gets the credit, it's about what gets done.
And speaking of people, and I hope you have already answered, no, because this truly is a live interview. What's the somebody unique or funny or special or unusual requests that you can recall, no, that Mactan-Cebu International Airport actually got? No?
It's not really unusual, but sometimes things are not very well coordinated. So, just last week, I got a message from a friend who said, my friend is traveling to the US and is taking with him a dog.
Okay.
And the dog will be checked in as luggage. So, already the airline agreed. It's with all the papers, the correct procedure. However, the guard at the terminal will not let the dog in. So, it's a very simple problem. The airline is okay; it's legal to do it, but the guard will not allow the dog in. So I just talked to the people involved, and I found out that dogs that are traveling are actually allowed in the terminal. It is just that employees are not allowed to bring pets inside.
Ah,
So the way it was communicated to the guard is maybe missing something.
yeah, just generic, no?
Yes, very,
No pets
very,
allowed.
very, very generic. I also got this is really, in my opinion, one for the books. No, a few years ago, around holiday season, we saw a Facebook post from an OFW alleging that her money was stolen at the airport when she arrived. So we looked into it, And we found out that this lady allegedly lost $10,000, and the money was
Mm.
allegedly put in her check-in luggage. So first and foremost, would you actually put $10,000 in your check-in luggage? Very, very unlikely.
Mm.
So after further investigation, we found out that apparently this lady promised to give her relatives cash as gifts for Christmas
Mm.
and did not want to do so anymore. So she said, "Oh, my money was stolen at the airport. I have no money to give you." So
Unusual.
you get things like that,
Yes.
all kinds.
Well, people can also be creative, no,
Mhm.
in so many ways. Now, when we because in my profession, for example, every time we pitch for a client, part of the standard feature is always to include Mactan-Cebu International Airport. That's how proud we also are with it. No, so in your view, what does the airport actually represent for Cebu? No, aside from the obvious runways and terminals.
The airport, our airport being multi-awarded, in my view and from the feedback I've gotten, is a source of pride and unity for the
Mm.
Cebuanos. Sometimes the Cebuanos uh, may be disunited in terms of, for example, politics or
Mm.
in terms of issues that plague us like garbage, floods, etc. But generally, most people agree that our airport is something to be proud of. And that is what I try to instill in our stakeholders. We have something that is very unifying to our community. We have something that we can be proud of. We
Mm.
have something that is acclaimed internationally to be a success. So
Mm.
let us help keep it that way. Let us be mindful of our
Mm.
reputation and let us strive to do even better.
Mm. And speaking of reputation, among the cool thing also as an outsider, at least from the airport or aviation industry, are the multiple recognitions also. And you've mentioned that Mactan-Cebu International Airport has been receiving. And as we know, while it's easy to celebrate those, but there's a lot of work that's needed, for the achievement, for the recognition to be achieved, no. So what do you think also is and I think in the Philippines this is the most awarded, at least no
Mhm.
from my observation. What is Mactan Cebu International Airport doing differently, that attracted all this recognition?
Well, if you would ask me to say what is a secret of our success, for me it is very simple. It is collaboration. It is working together without minding who will get the credit.
Mm.
Our success at the Mactan Cebu International Airport Authority is the success of Aboitiz Cebu Airport Corporation, is the success of all of our airlines and partners here, is the success of Cebu as a whole, is the success of the Philippines.
Mhm. And there are many qualifications, for the lack of better word, for an airport to be recognized as the best, for Mactan Cebu International Airport, what exactly is for the lack of better word, the category or the qualification or the filter that make this airport stand out?
You know, our vision is to run one of the most one of the best and most friendly passenger centric airports in our category in Asia and in the world. And we prioritize, of course, the number one priority is always safety. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time, every single day, every hour, every minute. But next to safety, we prioritize passenger experience. We
Mm-hmm.
would like our passengers to have a memorable experience when they land and when they leave.
Mm. And of course, it's also natural, no, that you would also hear some passenger complaints, no?
Mhm.
But not, as we also know as leaders, not all of the complaints are actually valid. Which part of kanang complaints that you hear in which you wish passengers would better understand?
Well, complaints are natural. They happen because an airport always there are always things that go wrong,
Plus
and
the volume of people.
yeah, with the volume of people, you can never please everybody all the time.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Um, Sadly for me, a lot of people address their complaints to us, even if we have nothing to do with it. For example, many of the complaints addressed to us are actually airline issues. And the complaints should be directed to the airline. Having said that, we're the ones running the airport, oversee the airport, so we accept the complaints, we answer, we accept wrong criticism. It's all part of the
Territory.
job. No? Um, Sometimes also what people don't realize are maybe the most common complaints about delays. And delays sometimes or oftentimes happens in Mactan, but it's not caused by us. It's caused by a delay in other airports. Any delay in the country, even outside the country, it cascades to us because once the plane leaves late, it arrives here late, and everything is
Domino effect.
late. Another complaint we get a lot, is about luggage either being lost or with something stolen in the luggage. Now, what people don't always understand is that, especially when you travel from the US coming to the Philippines, if your luggage does not have TSA locks, the TSA can forcibly open your luggage. And then they will just tape it shut and send it on its way. So there's really nothing we can do about that. So that's one common complaint. Another complaint is that people say that something was lost or stolen in their luggage. Now, when that happens, they have to think. No? In Mactan, when the plane lands, there's a standard how long it will take for the luggage to get from the plane to the carousel. And in most cases, it's a maximum of 45 minutes. So if you say your designer perfume was stolen in your luggage, in 45 minutes, they have to unload your luggage, find this particular perfume, steal it, close your luggage, and put it in the rack. But then, what you may not understand is you had a layover, which was an 8-hour layover. Most likely, that is where your stuff was stolen because your luggage was there for 8 hours doing nothing.
Compared to maximum of 45 minutes here. No?
Yes, for example. Yeah.
And for cases like this, or even what passengers would normally see lang or experience, but I'm sure there are also a lot of ways, no, that your leadership has also improved in the back end, which we don't normally see, but we just experience. What are those also that you can share, no?
Well, for example, one of our features unique to most airports is that if you look at the carousel, you will see there are monitors. And the monitors will show you your luggage being unloaded from the what do you call that, from the those trains with luggage onto the carousel. So you will see that your luggage is not thrown;
Oh.
it is put carefully. No? So we have cameras that show that.
Oh. I'm glad to know that actually because I did not know that that's one feature that I could actually leverage
Well,
just for peace of mind.
next time you go to T2, but it doesn't mean that nothing goes wrong because, for example, my wife on 2 occasions had luggage damage, no? On a particular airline on flights from Manila. I will just not mention the airline.
Okay. Sige. So this one has, and I'll have to read this, no, and you can correct me if my information is wrong. I've learned that domestic to domestic connection time was reduced from 60 minutes to 35 minutes, while connecting journeys were reduced from 90 minutes to 60 minutes. No, so for passengers, it's easy for us to appreciate this, but I know there's a lot of work that had to be done
Yeah.
to make this happen.
Yes. What you described is a feature or product we call Cebu Connect,
Yes.
wherein connection times have been reduced.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is significant. It took us a long while to get this done because, especially when you talk of international connectivity
Mm.
to domestic flights and vice
Mm.
versa, domestic to international, it means that we had to have another uh, portal wherein you can go through immigration,
Mm.
customs, security
Mm.
without having to go out of the check-in of the pre-departure area.
Mm.
So we had to coordinate with the Bureau of Quarantine, Bureau of Customs, Bureau of Immigration, the Office of Transportation Security, and get
Mm.
everybody on the same page to deploy more people, especially for this
Mm.
feature.
Mm.
And well, it turned out to be very successful. It's working out very well so far.
Mm. I also heard good feedback about it, no?
Yes. Having said that, there is still a
Mm.
limitation. And
Mm.
the limitation is it is only between the same airline. It is not yet between different airlines.
Mm.
That is the next step we will try to put in place, although that will be more challenging because sometimes different airlines have different software. You have to get the software to communicate and all that. So we'll see if we can get there or not.
And among the good things also about this airport, it's also its location because it is at the center, no, of the Philippines. Do you think we have already maximized that geographical advantage, or if not, what do we need to do, no, to maximize that geographic advantage?
Well, you know, the good thing about Cebu is that we are located in central Philippines within a 1 hour flight from over 90% of all our tourist destinations. So if tourism is your goal as a traveler, then Cebu is the place to connect to. We also have the advantage, or we're lucky enough, because NAIA has now uh, not allowed any turboprop flights or has minimized the number of turboprop flights that
Mm.
they are allowing in their runway.
Mm.
So all of these turboprop flights were moved to Clark and Cebu.
Mm.
Okay, so Cebu has now become a transit gateway for people abroad to go to places like Siargao or Boracay or Coron or whatever places that do not accept jets,
Mm.
then it is more convenient for them to connect through Cebu than through Manila. If you pass through the IA, you have to pass through immigration, get your luggage, take another car, go to Clark, and connect there. It's really more difficult.
The last time we saw each other was in the MICE summit, no, that or tourism summit that was organized by Cebu Chamber of Commerce, and of course we know that an airport is also a crucial component to make our stronger ambition happen. So, can you also tell us and our viewers what's the role of the airport so that we would reach, no, our goal to be a center, no, for MICE and I think plus S, which is
Yeah.
sports.
Well, one of the things the airport does is we market for new routes and new destinations. So, one of the main ways we do this is we attend two international conventions every year, which are run by routes We attend Roots Asia and Roots World. In these events, airport stakeholders from all over Asia and all over the world converge and conduct B2B meetings. So in one event, these are 3 4 day events. We sometimes do as many as 20 or more meetings, either with other airports, with other tourism departments of other countries, or with other airport authorities. And also joining us all the time are the Department of Tourism, the Civil Aviation Board, and other relevant stakeholders.
And this one, I'll make a disclaimer. My next question is really for you as a person, no? Not
Okay.
a GM and CEO of MCIAA. So, if there are three places you wish Cebu to be connected to, no, in the near future, what would be these three places?
Well, first, I would like there to be a direct flight to the mainland USA, either LA or San
But
Francisco.
we had that before, no?
We had that before.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it will happen sooner rather than later. Secondly, I would like there to be more direct flights to China, similar to what we had pre-pandemic. And thirdly, I would like there to be direct flights to India. India has a very strong tourism sector, very strong middle class who are young and inclined to travel.
And we covered a little bit of this earlier, no, but this one specifically on the economic impact, no, because there still are viewers, no, and even outsiders like me who are still looking at airport as as a transportation infrastructure rather than an economic infrastructure. Maybe you can articulate better also for those of us missing that point that this is not just a transportation infrastructure.
Okay, for an airport to succeed, there needs to be a lot of things to happening, and a lot of industries within the airport vicinity. So the airport really is a complete ecosystem. It's like a small city. So if you want the airport to be successful and you want all the big airlines to come, you better have a maintenance and repair facility. That's number one. You better have catering services. You better have a cargo hub and cargo storage facilities. You better have flying schools that will produce pilots for your airlines. You better have a healthy general aviation part of the airport. No? So all of these things create an ecosystem. For example, I'll give you an example. Right after the pandemic, Japan did not entertain so many flights right away. The problem was they had all the capacity, but they had no people to help the planes land, to take out the luggage, to refuel the planes. All of these people left during the pandemic and simply did not come back. So that's part of the airport ecosystem. And these are also economic drivers. No? So to give you an example, in our airport, we have several flying schools. But since right now the our area for flying schools is getting a bit congested, some I think one or two flying schools have now opened in our airport in Bantayan. So there's one flying school there with 100, mostly foreign students, who are now living in Bantayan. So it is now helping the economic activity in Bantayan. So really, the successful airport will also drive the economy.
And you've mentioned not just in this particular question, but even before in our conversation, preceding conversation about it being an ecosystem, that there are a lot of players and people, and these are also kind of people who are not necessarily thinking about who gets the credit. on a leadership space now, because maybe some of the leaders are also wondering what would be your hacks, man, or tips for leaders actually who are also managing an ecosystem for them to get all the players work together the same way that you are able to do.
Well, I think first of all, you have to realize that nobody knows everything. You have to listen. You have to be open to ideas. You have to understand. You have to allow people to speak their minds. You have to allow people to give opinions contrary to your own. You have to be humble enough to listen and admit when someone's a better idea than you. You have to be determined enough, confident enough, and strong enough to push an idea when you know it's the right thing to do.
And then in the context of public and private partnership, this one is also a successful story. No? So in your view also for the viewers who are watching, what makes a public-private partnership no, really work?
Well, I think the secret to a successful public private partnership is for it to be a true partnership in the real and complete sense of the word,
Correct.
with no one party dominating the other party. So I think that's really how it should be.
So when we say that that is a crucial piece, but of course, as we also know, things don't necessarily run perfectly at all times. So when it hits a particular roadblock, how do you normally manage those?
Well, you
Especially
know,
differences.
yeah. So the way I look at it is the MCIAA and our partners, we share a common goal, and that is for the airport to succeed. Sometimes along the way, you find different challenges, and the way to resolve it is to go back to your common goal. What is for the common good? It might be painful to one or two parties in the short term, but in the long term, it is the right thing to do. So we have to realize that, and we have to accept that, and we have to just really do what needs to be done.
And thank you for bringing that up because while you're actually talking about it, it's also reminding me it even applies to relationship between people, no, not just organization. That when there will be roadblocks, we go back to why. No, we are in this partnership to begin with.
Yes.
Sige, so not only is Mactan-Cebu International Airport achieving kanang back-to-back recognition, but I also learned that Mactan-Cebu International Airport also is rated 3 stars by Skytrax. Can you also tell us more about that? No.
Okay. Actually, was it 3 star or
Oh no.
4 star?
Oh,
I'm not
sorry.
sure even. No?
I will believe you. 4 star.
Yeah.
Sige. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's Terminal 2 was rated 4 star, I believe, and Terminal 1, I think 3 star. No, so it really is just
Continue.
it really is just how people who pass our terminal view it based on their different experiences. No, one of the things that I'm also proud to share is that not only do we get from time to time, as you mentioned earlier, complaints, we also have been getting letters of thanks and appreciation. And mostly this is because of the helpfulness of our staff. When people arrive, especially the elderly who are not very tech savvy, and they have to, comply with the e-gov
I've
travel
seen
form.
that. Yes, continue.
Yes. So we have people who will actually help you
Yes.
do it. Also, when people have left stuff lying around, most of the time they are recovered and returned to the rightful owner. And we always try to serve with a smile.
I can tell also, even from this interview. So, are you the kind of leader who is the plan everything kind of leader, or let's see what happens kind of leader?
Well, for many things, you have to plan. Planning will keep you prepared. But you also have to realize that very rarely do things go according to plan. Sometimes you have to improvise. Sometimes you have to step up. Sometimes you have to deviate from what was originally planned.
And we're now down to my last two questions. I know that you've covered this already in the earlier parts of the interview, but I think at least for the viewers to get them even more excited, what are the transformations, no, in a nutshell, that our viewers need to be excited in the months or even years to come?
Well, I think the biggest uh, transformation will happen very soon when we install those e-gates.
Oh, yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
we have 20 e-gates coming, and we will be installing, if I remember correctly, 12 of them in arrivals and 8 of them in departures. So this will allow the immigration process to be faster and more seamless. Having said that, this installation is not an event, it's a process because it will require software to talk to each other. So there will be glitches, there will be, a trial periods, there will be changes. Maybe temporarily, this e-gift will only be for Filipinos, only for foreigners, just to get everything going. But what's important is that there already is a schedule to install. So hopefully it will go without a hitch, but you never know.
But we're hoping for the best. So if we are then to fast forward to 5 years from now, what would be the milestones that the moment you look at them 5 years from now, and I know it's obvious also that you're the visionary kind of leader, what would be those milestones 5 years from now when you would say, oh, Mactan-Cebu International Airport truly has achieved, no, what we envisioned?
Well, number one, of course, we would like to break through to the next level in terms of passenger traffic. Right now, our category for all those awards, we are in the 5 to 15 million level. We are at about almost 12,000 passengers a year. We would like to break through past the 15,000 level and be in a higher category. Of course, it will be more challenging, but that's part of the game. Secondly, we would like to really be a more tech savvy airport in terms of not only the e-gates but maybe even the check-in process for luggage and the luggage claim. And of course, we'd like to maintain our excellent record of safety.
So thank you very much for making time for us. You're a very busy leader, but it's as usual. It's been an insightful conversation with you, JJ. So thank you very much.
Thank you, DJ, and good afternoon to everyone. Have a pleasant day.
So an airport is more than a place we pass through. It is a reflection of the people, the ambition and the possibilities of the place it represents. And as Mactan-Cebu International Airport continues to evolve, so does Cebu. I'm DJ Moises. Shout out to Coffee First for supporting conversations that matter. This is Beyond the Headlines. Have a good afternoon.
It starts with a fresh shot of espresso. Bold, rich, pulled just right. Then comes the milk, steamed smooth, creamy, and balanced. The perfect latte is not rushed. It is crafted, one cup at a time. Your perfect latte is ready. Coffee first, then everything else.